Right guys, as you can see, I've got my hand on some Hilti tools here, which I'm incredibly excited to use. These three here that you see I'm most excited to use. So I've got the SDS with the vacuum attachment. I've got the impact driver here, which I'm actually going to test between my old Makita, which is, I don't know, about 12 years old, compared to this brand new Hilti. And the one I'm most looking forward to test is the multi-tool here. I think it's the first in the Hilti that has come out, which I'm very, very excited to use. So first things first, I've got the battery in it. So I'm going to test the impact driver, and then I'm going to test my old Makita with a 6mm, 150mm long screw and see which one works best. I'm going to assume they both got the same amount of power. They both got 2 batteries. So they're about half charged each. They're on maximum torque on the pair of them. Let's have a little play. Let me just take these off. I'm going to take this block off, and I'm actually going to flip the sleeper up. So it's actually working against the drill because you're going against the grain. So first things first, let's get 2 set up. And I'll measure them, just make sure that they're both at the same height. A little bit more on this one. Right, okay. First things first, the old Makita, the old trusty Makita. Obviously the timber's quite wet as well, so that's going against the drill as well. You can see it's quite tired. Now, it's the most I'm looking forward to this. Let's go. Just like butter. Okay, let's take them out. And the vibration on these guys compared to my old Makita is, it's game changing, honestly. This is a lot more impact on your hand than this. Right, now let's have a little go with the multi-tool. Just make a couple of lines on here. And it's actually cut out a little half lap. went through that like butter. And there was no vibration on that at all, guys. Now, compared to my old one, my Fen, my hands, after, let's say, if I was doing some scarfing in some old windows or removing some old seals, damaged seals, and replacing them, my hands, after a whole day using it, would hurt a little bit. But that, I could use that all day long. That is a absolutely fantastic tool. And it was on its maximum torque as well, and it's got 1 bar of battery in there, so can you imagine if it was on full power? Just brilliant. Right, and the last one I'm most looking forward to trying is the SDS. So we've got it on hammer and drill, and we've got the vacuum on there. So what we're going to do is put the old concrete block on there, do one with the vacuum and one without, and see the dust from there. So you can hear the vacuum go off. Okay, so that's the attachment there underneath the SDS. So let's go. You can see nothing in the hole there. Let's just bring the camera there so you can see it. So you can see that there's no residue of dust. I mean, the block is slightly wet, so that's fighting against me. Right. Let's do it one more time. And let's do one without the vacuum on there. There we have it, guys. Look at all that dust just from doing 2 holes. So if you were putting in anchor resin bolts all day long, you don't want to be breathing in all that stuff. Let the drill do the work. Let's just have a few more goes with the attachment on there. Brilliant, guys. Now we've also got the Combi drill here as well, which I'm looking forward to testing. Let's just make sure there's battery in there. Yep, that one's got 2 bar. So we've got a 51mm hole saw in there. Let's just give it a blast. Now the timber is quite wet. And it's also got an anti-kick on there, which is quite good. And that was on maximum torque, 2 speed, So you've got single speed and 2-speed. And also, just noticed that the Hilti have got a smart chuck as well, which Bosch also do, which I've actually got one. But it's just a quick, simple snap on and snap off. And what I also find is trying to get the bits out afterwards is, especially with the old ones or things like Faithful, they're very difficult to get out. As with this, it's so much easier to get out. And it just snaps on. Brilliant. Right, let's put my chuck into the Combi drill as well. And let's give these big screws a whirl on there. Set up on single speed, and what I've also got is my Festool drill. Just grab another PZ3. That's got 1 battery power left in my Festool, and also the Hilti, and they're both on maximum torque. In 2 separate holes. Make sure they're at the right height. Yeah. Let's give it a whirl. Stopped. Now let's give the Hilti a go. All about that. Just bring the camera back a little bit for you guys so you can actually see my face. You want to see my reaction, don't you? Now I'm probably cheating here. I'm going to swap my 4 amp hour with the bigger 5.2, and this one is actually fully charged compared to the Hilti. Let's just give that one a whirl. And it's not even going, guys. And that stopped at the bottom, as with the Hilti just kept on going. Right, let's take them both out again. You can hear that the Hilti is getting a little bit tired, but it's just done 2 screws compared to the Festool, which couldn't do 1. So, it's on maximum torque. Full battery. Take it out of 1. And go for it. Now let's do the Hilti in a different hole. You see it just wanted to keep going as that Festool just stopped right at the very top. We've got a couple of good features on these tools as well. You've got the anti-torque technology on here as well. So let's say if you were drilling into something and all of a sudden you get that kick. So I'll just demonstrate it now. So let's say drilling, all of a sudden it kicks on me, it stops. So my finger is on the trigger, look. What a brilliant feature. And you've also got it on the SDS. So let's say you probably wouldn't do this all day, every day. But if you were, let's say, core drilling for extraction, something like that, you're drilling, and then all of a sudden, it stops. Let's do that again. Oh, it's not doing it now. There you go. All right, let's do it one more time. So let's put it on drill mode. So you're drilling, and all of a sudden it kicks. I'm going to come right to the camera so you can actually see it, so I'm not actually tricking you. So, look. You see the drill's on, and it stopped. Brilliant feature. And you've also got the anti-vibration. I'm not quite sure what the AVR stands for, but it's anti-vibration. So the actual handle itself is away from the body. Just take my word for it. If I was using my normal SDS, you'd feel that your hands would just be tingling if you were doing that all day, every day. But this, you could use this every day, all day. Probably not every single day, to be honest, but it's something that's just going to help you guys. All right, so that's another cool feature. You've also got another one on the grinder. So you've got a sensor built into the grip, so you always use a grinder typically with two hands. So it's called a dead man switch, isn't it? I think dead man switch. So if you were to turn the tool on, okay, and then you let go, it automatically cuts off, which is brilliant. And then you've also got the anti-kick as well. So let's say if you were cutting through steel, and all of a sudden it kicks on you, it stops, which is another brilliant feature from Hilti. So what I'm going to do very quickly, guys, is to take you inside the build. Right, take the Hilti in there with a bolster and just chisel some of the old dead render and plaster off. I'm going to take the multi-tool inside because there's a little bit of a damaged ceiling inside, and just cut some of the plasterboard out and just see how well they cope. So it's got an old bolster in there from my Makita. I've had it in there for years. So let's just give it a quick chip off. Let's turn it on hammer. And I can already feel the difference in my hands because it's got that anti-vibration technology in there, and it's also got that anti-kick. So remember, if I had it on a hammer and drill, if I was doing some core drilling, something, and all of a sudden my hand kicks up, it stops. Brilliant feature. Now I've also got their big Hoover, so it's the VC1022, so you can have it as a rig, so you can put it onto your shoulders. So it's also got a auto cleaning filter system in there. So when I turn it on, you'll hear a thump, and that's the filter getting cleaned out. Now this is brand new, guys, this is. So let's just turn it on so you can see it. And I've been advised to, when you turn it on, leave it on eco mode. And we're going to hear a thump. So that is the filter being cleaned. So we can put it on our backs, like so. So that is the filter. So we can put it on our backs and just Go to town with it. Right, so I'll take this off. Now you can get a Bluetooth feature on there, so you can have it on your belt. So let's say if you did have it on your shoulder, so if you're on here, you had it into your bigger SDS and you're drilling into the wall and you don't want to take it off just to turn the thing off, you can just click a button. We haven't actually got it here, unfortunately, but it's just like my GoPro remote. You just click a button and it automatically switches off, which is absolutely fantastic if you ask me. Absolutely brilliant products, and I want to thank Hilti for letting me borrow some of their tools just for this quick little demo really, and hopefully I'll do some more work for them in the future. So thank you very much, Hilti, again, and I will see you guys very soon. If I do want some of their tools, I will be going through their fleet management system. So if you want to know what that's all about, I will put a link in the description so you guys can take a look for yourselves and see what you think. So you do end up paying a little bit more money for the tool, but if you look for all their features that they go through for you, or through their lease deal, you pay 20%, let's say if it gets lost, stolen, whatever, or the tool breaks, you pay a small fee up front and the brand new tool gets sent to you the next day. That's including all their batteries, everything that they do within Hilti themselves. They will sort it all out for you, which is, for us tradespeople, that's an incredible feature, because I hear horror stories all the time of tools being stolen and your livelihood is gone at a flick of a switch. And then you yourself, as a tradesperson, has got to find the resources to pay for all those tools that were stolen. So, fabulous, fantastic feature. Right, I'm just going to give the multi-tool a quick little play, and then that's it from me. All right, guys, I'm just going to have a little play, so I'm not going to video this, but take care, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one.